a sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and June. What a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
We wanted our sailboat Windover to be in the opening credits of our new video series, and we came up with the harebrained idea of learning to do stop motion from scratch, and here's how we did it.
Chris got some board from one of the job sites. It's, what's it called again?
Schluter
board. It's almost like drywall, kind of works like drywall, only it's got a cloth lining on the outside of it, kind of like a cloth lining, and so it was fairly easy to work with. We went through a lot of hot glue and
lots of hot glue,
and always have a pot of cold water there to dip your fingers in when you miss.
When it was all done, we coated it with plaster and painted it with latex paint, so it held it all together. But this is the basic structure of the boat.
Yeah. To make the accessories, we decided to go with Fimo, which is like a plaster seam that you bake in the oven, and it was really fun to work with.
So we needed some characters to put in the boat, and we made some metal armatures up, and had to learn all that. Just YouTube, really. But there they are. They're to scale.
That was time consuming.
That was time consuming, yeah. Lots of little nuts and bolts.
Yeah, you did a great job. The heads were made out of Fimo, and the hands were made out of liquid Fimo, and the bodies we used epoxy putty.
And the eyeballs could move around in the sockets as well.
That's right, yeah.
Here they are, standing on their own. And then we got some clothing from the Goodwill, old Barbie clothing, what have you.
Which I modified.
Yeah, made some clothing up. Here we're testing them on the boat. And there they are.
Love at first sight.
These are the first few stop motion videos that we did. Each evening I'd take the half-finished boat or characters downstairs and work with them in the studio and try to figure out how to create fluid movement. These are some of the tests that we did. This is a test of rig removal. See the bird flying by. This is a test of the chroma key, which is a green screen and an image superimposed. We had some technical difficulties as well, trying to learn the new software, and eventually we got it mastered. And eventually we got the look and the feel we were happy with. The dolphins moving through the water kind of inspired us, and we ended up with that nice overhead shot that is so integral to our opening and closing scene. And this was the first time we did it, right here. After almost 4 months of practice, we headed to the studio and started filming our final scenes. This is the second day of shooting. First day, had some lighting issues, and I'm just sorting those out now, and hopefully we're going to be off to the races here. Last night I shot 500 frames, only to discover that the lighting wasn't very good. So tonight we're going to try it again. It is February 1st, and away we go. So I've been busy working away. I can see I made a couple changes to the set here. I'll just get you turned around. So I've got a little bit of cloth up to stop some of the light bouncing around. I was getting a bit of flicker in my images. These are my dolphins, and their means of propulsion is little tiny threads right here, you see. So I pull them along in front of the boat and take an image every half inch of movement or so. And there's little Chris and Deb down in there. I'm just listening to the Underscore Orchestra. We've been talking to them about using some of their music, and I'm going through a few of their albums to see what we'd like to use. And anyway, this is how it's done. Real simple setup, and there's my camera up in the rafters.